Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Rule the Waves as Great Britain, episode number 36. I have been looking at the Victoria class. It appears that she is exactly what she should be. So the only change we'll probably make is, well, I've already done it. We increased her rounds per gun from 105 to 110. This increased her from 142.3 to 143 flats. That's a 700,000 increase in cost just for 5 extra rounds per gun. And I wanted to just make a brief note just to express my opinion on things, because I suppose that's what makes this like a Let's Play series interesting, is getting the inside thoughts. I don't think it's necessary to increase the rounds per gun. It can maybe situationally be helpful, which is why I've done it. But 17-inch guns are going to fire really slow. So we already know that we don't need as many rounds per gun. On top of that, we now have improved director, and eventually this will be advanced director. So just generally, as you increase your caliber gun and you increase your fire control, you should need less shots in order to complete a battle. Now, at the same time, the counter argument to that is that enemy ships will have good armor. They'll be bigger, so they'll need more shots to sink. But I think with 17-inch guns, we're just going to be doing incredible amounts of damage when any of them hit. Or at least that's what we're hoping. We have a really good armor scheme. I'm just fantastically happy with this. The only thing I would get if I chose to make this even more of a super dreadnought is to increase the deck to 4 and the turret top to 4.5. I even was flirting with the idea of trying to get 4.5, and it might even be worth it just to keep these turrets intact a little longer. We're at 42.6. That's still enough. I think it's worth it. It costs another 800,000 for that extra half inch, but our turrets are our biggest weakness, right? And when this thing fights, it's going to mainly fight at range. And turrets are they're just a weakness, right? Even though we only have 3.5 inches of deck, which probably, as we can see, won't be stopping any kind of penetrations. 20,000 is usually the range where you get more deck hits, so we're already going to have 4 inches of penetration then, so over that. So even 4 inches of deck would just be barely not enough. That's not perfectly accurate, because the shots don't always have the total penetration that they claim they have. You can get glancing blows. All those kind of things are modeled in, I believe. Anyway, that's... what do I want to say about that? Oh, that just makes the turrets more important, because when you're such a big ship, basically 43,000 tons, the biggest your hit points are just so big. Your displacement is so big that the ship, even if it's getting penetrated, is going to take a long time to sink. It takes a lot of hits to bring down a ship this big. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say, especially with torpedo defense level 4, we should be really okay. However, I'm not going to build this yet, because although I will save it, I will overwrite this. I will not go to the build dialog, because... Oh, there's 2 other things I want to talk about first. Okay, first of all, the ammunition, to finish up on this, you could almost, I was even thinking about it, make a strategy or a tactic based on trying to eliminate the enemy ammunition and then closing in. Even if you eliminate, I think, 50% or so, the turrets start to fire slower with more precision. So they start to conserve ammunition, basically, by firing slightly more accurate, I think, shots. But at least, I'm not sure if that's modeled in, but it is at least modeled in that as a turret starts to deplete its ammunition, it does fire slower. And that's at least to pretend to model conserving ammunition and taking more accurate shots. Now, the other thing is the debate about secondary guns. It's not much of a debate. This is obviously just a fantastic configuration. One thing that I would consider doing is even dropping us down to only 12 6-inch guns, which is only 6 6-inch guns per side. I still think that actually would be enough, just because these are quality 1 6-inch guns with director. They are going to be doing insane damage with great accuracy. They have really good penetration profiles. Easily going to be penetrating anything light cruiser or smaller. And they're only meant, really, to to ward off destroyers, which they will do just really well. I mean, this is just devastating. A destroyer takes 1 or 2 hits of this, and then it's good night. So I don't think we need more. I was even considering less just to save a little tonnage, but you could see it only saved like 200 tons, so I don't think it's worth it in the end. So this is going to be the final, probably the final ship design, but right now we can't build it because we don't have money. Well, we do, you say, but I remembered that we have all these ships that have not been resumed yet. And these are actually really expensive ships. So we'd be at negative 4 million. I think we'll halt this one for a little bit. We'll get the Thunder Child in Australia out. In a couple of turns, a couple months, we'll have the ability to build some new ships as the old ones finish. So that said, whoa, sorry about that. I was even thinking about doing a video recording about how terrible my desk for recording situations is. Lost my mouse. There it is. Okay. All right. Here we go. Next month. The U.S. are still trying to finish with their losses from the war. Offering to sell us increased oblique penetration. Yes. Yes, indeed. So that's actually exactly what I was talking about with the deck penetration of 4.2 inches claimed by the 17-inch guns at 20,000. There could be some oblique hits. Oh, we also got this. That's fantastic. And better submarines. Okay, well, I think that's also a sign that we should start building more submarines, but we'll probably do that only after we lay down several of our Victoria-class ships. Okay, so this is down to 19. We wait 1 more month before we accelerate her. So I don't think there's anything else we do. We just go for it. They're interested in buying anything? Yes, by all means. Okay, and now we accelerate you to save 2 months. It's fine. I have a hard time seeing this. My microphone is literally hiding my... There we go. My end turn button. Any further budget cuts are completely unacceptable. This is terrible. Couldn't come at a worse time. Now, this is really interesting. Tensions with the United States are increasing. Let's just put that in normal since it should be finished next turn anyway. Let's resume this, even though it's going to be pretty costly. The Lord Sandwich has been commissioned. Okay. We're accelerating her. We're going to want to accelerate one of these when it gets down. Do we have enough money to start building our Victoria-class ship? We did get AP penetration stuff, which does not affect... We don't need to redesign anything for that. I think we'll go one more. Well, it looks like we're going to go back to war with the United States very quickly, which means that, yes, we want to start positioning our Glinder classes on the west coast. So we have them in Southeast Asia. They're not as necessary there. Looks like they've all decided to make their way, for whatever reason, to the Indian Ocean. It appears to be a magnet for my ships, for reasons I absolutely don't understand. They're even losing like their crew quality there because there's not enough. I'm sure there's not enough to support all these ships. Huh. I think we can get this to go away just by positioning 2 Glinders on active fleet. Because then it will eliminate the need for the Indian Ocean to be patrolled by anything more. So I'm going to do that. The Giulio Cesare. Yeah, this is something I would love to face with any of my ships, really. 13-inch guns, not too much of a problem. 11-inch turrets. 3-inch deck. 7-inch batteries. Actually, really heavily armored secondaries. Okay, they haven't started moving yet, but I want... Let's move you to the west coast, actually. I really want to force an invasion there. We have our... I'm going to keep the King William. And I thought about this just by walking. I was just walking the other day, and I was thinking... I don't know. I rarely think about Rule the Waves outside of, you know, the recording studio, but... The King William II is just A legacy ship. This thing has survived all the wars. It's been through a lot of battles. It's been in a lot of the battles. It was injured and it's been torpedoed twice, I think, or was it even just two times, two torpedo hits in the same battle? I don't remember. It has been with us for a long time and truly is a veteran since 1906. My goodness, just been around for a really, really, really long time. These Achilles class. Okay, let's refit these with the money we have. Not the best time to do it since we might be going to war soon, but it's time, I think, to get them. Oh, that's a lot of reduction that we have to go through. But I think it's definitely worth it for the better rate of fire. There's nothing we can skimp on anyway. We could replace their machinery, but I don't think that that's going to be good. This, we can at least get them out in 4 months like this. I'm going to do this. It's not going to be a lot of ammunition, but again, better penetration with the quality 1, better hits with the better fire control. I think it basically pays off. It ends up being about the same. This is definitely lower than I'd want. I even expected almost to see a report saying you might want more ammunition. One thing we could do is actually get rid of 2 of our underwater torpedoes, which have not been amazing for us so far. In fact, I think that they're just more likely to be a nuisance than anything. I mean, it seems like that those honestly end up causing us more grief than anything else. By this, I just mean the fact that we take torpedo hits to the sides and it increases our ability to sink. So I'm going to eliminate 2 of those. I am. And that doesn't really change our monthly cost, but it allows us to get, wow, just a ton of ammunition on this thing if we want. That's more than we're going to need, 190 for sure. So we'll leave it at 190, which means these things can just engage in like an unending fight with whatever. And I'm going to save it like this. So definitely not a torpedo ship, definitely our gunboat only. But that's going to be our new Achilles class. And we'll see if that ends up being a good decision or a bad decision. I think we can get all of these because it's only 4 months. Yeah. It should work out. Should work out. We'll see. Okay. By all means. We almost got triple bottom, which would be fantastic. I don't think the triple bottom was even employed on many ships, but I guess it just somehow... It's a passive effect, though, so it will affect our ships anyway. Okay, good. Increased naval spending. Fantastic. Our ship, the CL Wave Rider, has been blown up. Okay, well, I think that this means war. And it does. Okay, cruiser action. We only have dreadnoughts there, so I guess I'll decline this. Very strange. Can I accept? No, I don't. I better not. Alright, so let's get all of our minesweepers who are from 1918, which is not good. We need to refit these pretty soon. But let's get all of them to Coastal Patrol. 43. That's right, we're going to need new submarines soon. We're going to need new minesweepers. I'm actually going to refit one, the Dependence herself. Just same thing as always. I don't understand. Why is this... Has this always been this way? 6 free? What the heck? We can actually get? I don't understand. Might as well, though, since it doesn't really cost us anything. We'll get director firing and increased elevation on our 3-inch guns. Probably the increased caliber 3-inch guns would cost money. Yeah, then we're not going to do that. But I think I will build a new class. Okay, so you know what? I'm not even going to do this. I'm going to just build a new class of minesweeper. It's just so unnecessary. Never mind. Never mind. Just rebuild it as is. Is this going to take any longer? Doesn't. And this doesn't take anything away anyways. Okay. So save the new design. Oh, it has no fire control positions. Well, that explains completely why that was not costing anything. So local, central is 150 with central rangefinder. I suppose that's still better. But 3 and 21 is yeah, okay, these are just not meant to be. 3 and 8 is a lot better for me. Okay, so increase the elevation. We can do that for free. And save. Yep, I know. So we'll get 1 to be rebuilt, and that'll allow us to build more with the newer design if we need. Okay, so that is done. We have this. We go to unrestricted. Our Grenville class destroyers still haven't really seen service. I know that that's a bit of a disappointment, but we keep seeing the situation where if I send them anywhere with my main fleet, I end up getting destroyer battles where they are involved alone, and they are definitely not, as a torpedo ship, they're definitely not capable of fending for themselves in a one-on-one situation or even like destroyer versus destroyer situation. They're not meant to be. They're meant to be protected by my light cruisers. Now maybe that was the wrong way to design them considering we're not playing that way, but in theory I'd like to play that way. It's just that Great Britain is really the playstyle you need to enact playing as Great Britain really hamstrings your ability to keep a main fleet together. Spreading, I mean, look at these Glinder classes. We have 12 dreadnoughts. 12 dreadnoughts. They're strategic dreadnoughts, but let's just count them as like 8 normal dreadnoughts that we've built just to keep the foreign stations happy. That's 12 dreadnoughts that are just, it's like tying one arm behind your back. That's certainly how I feel. All right, let's get our fortune. Oh, have I forgotten? Yes. Let's get the fortunes into the Caribbean, but let's get our Ajax into the East Coast. See if we can cause some havoc with them. The Lord Sandwich is only fair. Okay, well, she'll get on-the-job training. Okay, we have our Southeast Asia. Let's move 1 more into the West Coast, just to put more pressure there. You're moving to the West Coast as well. That's fantastic. We're going to have a lot of pressure on the West Coast. Hopefully get some invasions. That's the only place I feel like we'll be able to invade. They have a few battle cruisers there. They have a good number of points, to be honest. But at least we're going to stop them from invading. And we'll put the pressure on them to... Wow, okay, yeah. We just need to get into the East Coast and hopefully get some battle cruiser exchanges. So I'm actually going to put one of my... Let's do this. Let's put... You know, even the... Let's put the... Which one of these makes more sense? I'm going to put the Ajax herself, our namesake, as a raider. Hopefully that will induce a raider combat. Okay, they've invaded. Okay, diplomatic note. Coastal raid, this is Bermuda. We will definitely accept. I don't like coastal raids, but when you have... Okay, this is without the Ajax. Now we're supposed to kill a bombardment target, which is in... Oh, we have a submarine stationed outside. Can we get the submarine to actually help us? Perhaps. Perhaps. To quote Cake. Alright. Where's our bombardment target, though? Yeah, just right dead in the middle. This is going to be difficult. Wind favors us, so let's come in from the wind side, although we kind of want to also keep towards this submarine. Visibility is inside of our range. We don't have torpedoes, so that's not going to be very helpful. And I think we just speed up because we're probably going to be facing their ships. Let's just start with a good bit of momentum going in. I guess what I'd like to do is drag north or south to north. That way I drag myself into favorable wind conditions. Yeah, so for this exact reason I'm glad that... Okay, let's just go sink this, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. At least we have secondaries on this ship. It's a transport, so this is really not going to be a big deal. By the way, this was pegged as a coastal raid, but it ends up being a coastal bombardment. So just to point that out. As soon as this thing heaves to, it's done it. Let's head back north. Slow her down to 25 just to keep formation. And we'll go fast until we spot another ship, which should be soon. This is my problem with the submarine spotting. We don't know where we've spotted them, but probably, I mean, most likely the greatest increase in area of our vision is up here. So let's just move laterally to avoid it. And we spotted an unknown ship. Okay, there's a few of them here. Let's go squad max, slow this down a bit. Let's see what happens. These are our new ships, so I'm pretty confident in their abilities in battle. Oh, I want this. If it's a lone dreadnought, I want it. Unfortunately, we were the first one to take a hit. Let's see if we can change that up with our improved director firing. Okay, full broadside's going. We don't know what this is yet, but I am confident we should be able to sink it. We're pushing him right into the submarine as well. All right, 2 more 16-inch hits. And we have the Ranger class, which is firing only 12-inch guns at us. Should be a victory. Another 2. Wow. Good stuff. Another one. Just stay at range. We're going to just rely on our greater range. We'll just have to only switch up positions or course if she starts to leave vision range. And I think she is trying to. So I think we just go head on. This is probably going to induce a torpedo volley against us. At least if I were them, I would be sending their ships out after us. 28. What? It seems like the Lord Sandwich lost a lot of speed. She has 26. That's fine. Good. She's turning north. That's actually what I want. Drive her right into this submarine. 2 more hits. Starting to get some hits on their other ships as well, which is good. Really surprised they haven't launched a flotilla attack against us. But at this point, I think we've already sunk the Ranger. We'll just keep... I think this is their very delayed torpedo attack. But it's obviously too late. So we're going to drive the rest of these ships right into the submarine. Thankfully, these Ajax class, I just love these things. They have, 3 layers of torpedo defense? So we don't even need to worry too much about taking a really gruesome hit with a torpedo. And it looks like we've actually started to sink. What is this little class? Yeah, they're still using really pathetic destroyers. Knowing that all the nations are using these really bad destroyers, it would have been really good for us to build just a good destroyer and go to town with a... But we just didn't do it that way. Okay, so this Ranger class, heavy damage on fire. Let's go ahead and just peel off. I was thinking about we could get the light cruiser here, but there is no light cruiser. It's just misidentified. Okay, the Monoghan is actually difficult. It's got, looks like plenty of torpedo tubes. Was that 8 I saw? 6. Okay, 3 tubes, a double lineup of 3 tubes. So let's just go ahead and move away. If we can get close enough, I don't think we will, to hit this target, yeah, we would actually try to sink it, but yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. So we'll just try to take our sniper shots from outside. Okay, we hit that transport a few times. It's really more than we need to do. Okay, these guys are, I think, the destroyers. We want to keep our range here, obviously, and I can't remember where we spotted the submarine, but it was somewhere over here, so we'll have to be a little cautious about that as well. Okay, they're going parallel with us. That's a good time for them to launch. Still getting some hits. 5-inch guns probably doing a lot of damage. I don't remember if we're quality 1 or not. These were built pretty late, so probably we were quality 1 5-inch guns even. And that's going to be really decimating the destroyer escorts. I'm surprised that they've kept alive this long. Well, that was a 16-inch hit, I saw. Definitely not going to recover from that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're getting plenty of hits. That's a goner. I wish there was a way to say, and there isn't, unfortunately, and that's exactly the message I was fearing to see. I wish there was a way to say, engage only with secondaries. You would think that these ships would be smart enough not to engage with secondaries, considering, not to engage with their main 16-inch guns, which take a big penalty against destroyers anyway. 6-inch guns do not. They're the largest caliber guns you can fire without taking a to-hit penalty against destroyers. So I think this might be the only thing we can do is try to wear out these destroyers. Ooh, what do we have here? Is this another transport, though? See, I think Coastal Raid this mission was designed to be just sinking. Oh, we can take out that battery, I guess. it was designed probably to be just to sink a bunch of ships, and they gave us this coastal bombardment target by some mistake. We'll just keep knocking out these things. Oh, okay, there goes that. Oh, objective accomplished. Okay, so it actually was not where we thought it was. That's kind of nice. We actually were able to accomplish our mission too. And things are getting a little bit darker, so just worse and worse situation for us. No reason for us to stick around. We're going to go ahead and make it our way away. And we'll see what happens. I want to get away partly because maybe it'll help us without being bombarded or like hit by enemy submarines. If we just make our way away from Bermuda, hopefully we have less chance of being hit by an enemy submarine moving out. I'm intentionally doing this to avoid that mechanic, but I don't think the game is smart enough to really tell that you're doing things that way, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. So we wait out the remaining few minutes. I'm pretty sure that we'll have sunk that Ranger class, and this war is off to a really good start. I'm just thinking, I guess the title of this episode will be Oh You Again, because it's the Americans again. But finally my plan is coming into fruition. Yeah, perfect. So we took a light damage, we destroyed the targets, just a great way to start off this war. Okay, let's see, anything else? Oh, did we miss it? We did. We missed the Thunderchild's opportunity, but we need next month we'll get the Northumbria, and then they'll finish at the same time. We're seeing how effective these Ajax class can be. So I'm pretty happy that we got a whole slew of them. Will we hold out 10 months in this war? I doubt it. I mean, that's about the lifespan I expect, and then a couple months to work up. I don't think that the Australia will be involved in this war, but if it drags on long enough, sure. And then again, we need to keep an eye on our submarine numbers. Over 100 is what I prefer to keep it at. Yeah, we're still there. That's good. Oh wow, New Brunswick. That's kind of crazy that we just won a victory there, but that we still didn't really accomplish much. Okay, much better ratios there. See what? Okay, well, yeah, we definitely want to accept. Huh, we have friendly ships. What are you talking about? Let's look at this situation here. Oh, I need to put all my ships on rating as well. All the Comus class, go to rating mode. Yeah, the Ajax is still rating, that's good. I hope that forces her into like a one-on-one duel with an enemy battlecruiser. That's the idea. Yeah, 4-1. Well, 60 is what we need. We can't get there. So let's just go ahead and put 2 of them on rating then. Because I think that's going to be a better effect for us. Plus, we're raiding in the enemy's home water. You'd expect that would be effective. Although I shouldn't be... Expectations and reality, very different in this game, I think. I'm still tempted to give us a nice destroyer escort. Let's test it out one more time. Just one more time. Okay. Alright, lots of monthly balance. The Northumbria did not move forward a month. That's annoying. I hate that. Smothered delay, huh? There it is. Okay, well, it's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? So we wait one more month before bumping her up to accelerated. And I think it's time to lay down our Victoria class as well. Damn it. So that's just a lost cause entirely. Should not let them off lightning. Good. Oh, look at that. Armor and machinery improvements are both going to help the Victoria. Okay, 15. Damn, we lost 9. Jeez. Enemy coastal raid. I guess I could accept this. No, that's the worst one. What am I thinking? Yes, convoy attack, absolutely. No, it's going to be with our destroyers. No. Okay, fight this battle. See, I got to take those destroyers right back out. That's the problem. I got to do it. I got to take them out. I'd love to keep them there. Oh, I'll move them into the Caribbean, which is fine. But just cannot. They cannot stay there. They're just going to ruin our battle scheme, which is to get our battle cruisers involved. We saw how effective it was last time. So I don't know what the Tallahassee is, but I'm going to fight her. 5-inch guns, 10 of them. That's a sizable amount. 29 knots as well. Geez, this thing really cooks. But we have 6-inch guns, and they're superior. Well, this is an Achilles. No, it's a Commerce class. But the Commerce class is so old, if we lose one, it doesn't matter anyway. The risk-reward is favorable, I think. Few hits being exchanged back and forth. Just pinging away at each other. Turret was destroyed. We hit them a few times. Several times. The last few were pretty good. We're closing. We've destroyed one of their guns. They've destroyed, what, 2 of ours? 3? What the hell? But the Tallahassee is the one slowing down. Let's get wind side of her. This is going to be dangerous for torpedo reasons, but we've done it. A nice engagement from the Archer. Okay, what was I saying about this? Oh yeah, getting the East Coast destroyers to the Caribbean. Okay. Anything else? No, I think that's fine. Everything else can stay as is. Yeah, we have plenty of dreadnoughts in the West Coast just waiting for them to make any kind of mistake, move out, give us an opportunity to invade there. Oh, even better. It's just perfect. We got all those things exactly when we wanted them. Another 7 gone. That's not good. What? This is the Ajax. She is no star, in good condition. Holy crap. We had to scuttle an Ajax class. This game really doesn't like me. This game really doesn't like me. Oh my goodness. Like, holy crap. That's like a $100 and something $million event. Or £1 million event. That is incredibly bad luck. Just kind of dumbfounded. Alright, well, let's go into a coastal raid. I think we only have 1 battlecruiser involved. Okay, Lord Sandwich, please make it up for me. And I'll probably call this video to a close because I'm going to go back and I need to go play a game where I can shoot things. Because the stupid setup this game has me in. So frustrating. I would have taken her off if there was a star or anything. Didn't even give me the chance. Okay, Lexington class. We're just going in. I mean, I'm so mad. We have definitely a really good chance of defeating this thing anyway, but I'm so mad we're going in hard. There's a hit. A few more hits. We're landing several right and good first successions. A few hits against us, but they are only using, what, 12-inch guns? I'm not too worried about that. 2 more hits. This thing must be already pulverized with these 6-inch shells. Actually landing some, or at least 1 hit on the destroyers as well. Okay, let's turn and run with her. I'm surprised she's still moving so fast. considering how many hits she's already taken. Okay. Using our 5-inch guns to good effect to ward off the destroyers. There's a couple more hits. Oh yeah, it's good. This is good. The game's making me so mad, and then I have a reason to live again, you know? It's not that bad, but... Gosh, I can't believe they scuttled one of our Ajax. How many raiders do we have in Northern Europe? I think it's just a random event, but I don't know, and... A lot of these things, it would be really nice if the developer would just put into the game manual. It's just a source of frustration when you have these... You lose such a crazy expensive ship. Probably more expensive than our upcoming Victoria class, even. Alright, well, this is going to be sink one ship. We will definitely satisfy that. Okay, so let's move away from this. I'm okay trying to ward off these destroyers, actually. I don't know why we are not hitting them. There they are. Okay, here we go. I don't even know how they'd get any torpedo launches off against us. We actually move so fast. You know, they'd have to lead the ship by so much. Like, we can tell based on our torpedo speed, which we don't have. Never mind, we don't have data for torpedoes since we don't have torpedoes at all. We are getting some hits in, though. That's good. Mostly 5-inch guns, but I think every now and then I see a 16-inch shell hitting them. Okay. I think we just sank... That's either the Ranger or that's one of the destroyers. Perkins class is going down as well. Okay, here's a few more ships. We need to make sure we don't overstay our welcome. Although, these are running away, which is a good sign. So we'll pounce. It's the predatory instinct, right? See something flee, engage. Okay, we'll see if we can get close enough to engage that minesweeper or the transport ship. Looks like we can. Okay, we just did not even identify her. There's a few hits, and there she is. That's surely enough to sink her. Okay, let's get out of here. Nope, we have to just have no... New Brunswick has been lost. We lost Newfoundland. The only thing we have left is Nova Scotia. Alright, well let's make our way towards Nova Scotia then. %20 fuel remaining. I've never had fuel be an issue though. I guess we can slow down though. Oh, we sighted an unknown ship. Whoops, never mind. What the heck? Well, sink it. Pretty dangerous, but they do have good torpedo protection, so we're going to go for it anyway. This is, I think, a destroyer, or maybe a light cruiser. Comes down to who identifies who first now. Oh, wow. Well, that's probably enough for this thing to be sunk. Yeah, okay, if it wasn't before, it is now. That's probably like 50 shells in quick succession we landed. Very good accuracy. So let's slow down because it'll conserve fuel, and then go ahead and whittle away the rest of the 500 minutes. So a very nice episode for us overall, because at least the Ajax scuttling does not cost us victory points. It's obviously a huge blow financially, just huge. It's almost something we can't even replace. It's actually irreplaceable. We won't be able to build another battlecruiser before the end of the game. So luckily though, we're getting some engagements like this, which is what I was always planning for. Now that we have these battlecruisers isolated, just such a shame that we lost that one. Gosh, I gotta just get over it. So let's just take the other one off rating as well. I'm just out of paranoia. What are the odds though? See, they get a star when they're starting to become depleted. That's usually your indication to moving back to friendly territory. We even have a friendly port here to resupply from. I just don't understand. But rather than think about it more or get more and more upset, just going to call this video to a close. And we'll focus on building the Victoria up first thing. We got all those nice advances, so we can get a few Victoria classes laid out, named, and then we can focus on winning this war and getting our submarine numbers back up with some really reliable submarines, which will be very effective. So thanks for watching, and until the next episode, take care.